Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? We're jumping right into, Laenan's Defense Up review is what we're going to do. We grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. I'm feeling really good. I'm super happy, and I'm still going to be crushing these defenses, making sure you guys are not screwing up with this simple, stupid mistakes like adjacency issues, which everyone seems to be having, but not here. We've got the right placement here. Look at this team. This is a Wave 1 Asgardian hybrid combo, and this is a great thing to do if you don't want to build one or the other. And it's a great thing to do while you're building your Asgardians in preparation of the other Asgardian release. You build up these 3, and then we can drop in the other 2 in place of Captain America and Hulk. You've got these guys as healers and these guys as raiders. These are exactly the right ISOs. Good job on that team. I can give you an A for this. You're headed in the right direction. It looks good. All right, team number 2 is a Doom Brotherhood team with Deathpool on it. We put Deathpool on this team to keep that Rhino factor from coming in. You can still use Rhino plus the X factor. You just have to pull Mum off of that team. And then Mum basically becomes an unused character in war because there's not a lot of places you can still use him without it being a liability. I mean, you can. There's stuff you can do, but anyway, he's better on his team. So this is looking good. You got Skirmisher 4. I would go ahead and take Toad to Skirmisher level 5. Give him that focus boost so he really is stripping those positive effects. Raider on Mags, that's great. Keep in mind, I'm predicting, and my predictions suck. I'm wrong 100% of the time, but I'll go ahead and say it. I'm predicting that Magneto will get a rework this year. I think he's going to get reworked this year. I have no information on that. That is a prediction, not a rumor or a leak, but I think he's going to get reworked this year, and I think he's going to be very crucial to a lot of stuff that happens in the game. He's also really close to being helpful, and those OG players that have him built up, you can use the Brotherhood team to do a lot of stuff, or just Magneto on hybrids to do a lot of stuff. So don't be afraid to invest in Magneto. Also, Blob's a great character when in conjunction with Toad. So these are good characters to build up. They're not meta by any means, but I think they have enough value. You could take them to gear tier 14. All right. Deathpool is awesome. Doom's awesome. I like Raider here, Striker here. Striker on Blob, he is going to be retaliating more than half the time. You have him as a Striker. That's not very valuable when he's not on his team because he needs to go into Disrupt and a Vulnerable to do the double tap, turn meter, rewind, and slow. So all that stuff has to come together in this perfect storm, and he's only double tapping half the time. I think just making him a skirmisher, so you're getting more vulnerables every time he comes back, is probably the way to go. But he's already level 4 and it works, and you can use him as a striker on offense, especially when you're running Pyro on the team because Pyro puts out all those disrupts. There's also some other hybrids that have disrupt in there too, like taking Mag's daughter and putting her on this team because she'll throw out a lot of disrupts that allows Blob to do his thing more effectively. Anyway, it's a pretty good team. I like what you're doing here. I'm actually going to give you an A for this. Let's go A-. Actually, I would like to see a little bit better investment in the Brotherhood members. All right, team number 3 is a Merc military team. This is a pretty cool thing to do with Taskmaster. Now, I was trying to think of a way that we could put that other Merc military minion guy in here who gives the boost, and then Taskmaster could do the double tap off of his moves. Honestly, it's not worth it. You've got these characters built. Had you not built Yelena Baloney up so much, or whatever her name is, had you not built her so much, I'd say replace her with that Merc minion guy so that you get those ward bonuses. But honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I think you're doing great with this team. You have 2 skirmishers, 2 strikers, and a healer. It's okay. I personally like, if you're going to run Taskmaster solo, I like him better as a Raider or a Striker. A Raider if you don't have any other people putting vulnerables out. A Striker if you have lots of vulnerables on the field. He has a great basic, but he also has lots of AoE and chain attacks that puts out tons of vulnerables. So that's some options for you. The Skirmisher is better used when he's on his full Merc team. So A- for this team. I think it looks really good. Not a lot you can do to change it. You don't have to make those changes to Taskmaster, but it's pretty good. Okay, here is the Madeleine Pryor team. Let's see. This is an acceptable placement. Honestly, I kind of like putting Emma next to Strife because she has a lot more health and recovers from damage a lot easier. She goes under stealth, but can still take splash damage and lose deflex and evades. And so I think it's better to put her one notch over at least. Madeleine Pryor should be as far away from Stripe as possible, but as long as she's on the other side of Mystique, it's probably going to be fine. Let's see, healer, striker, skirmisher, healer. Those are fantastic ISOs. I like that Emma is a skirmisher, putting more vulnerables on the field for your big striker, Madeleine Pryor. This is a great team, great build. A-, just tweak that placement, probably be a little bit better. All right, team number 5 is the New Warriors. You put in Drax with the pre-taunt. That's nice. Then you got Scarlet Witch prolonging the negative effects coming off of these guys. And you've got Minerva reviving Drax when he dies. This is a good idea. It's a good build. You got the offense up going to these two off of Dagger. Really high functioning team. Let's see, you got Striker, Skirmisher combo coming off of her. Of course, they have vulnerables coming out of their kit too. And then you got Raider on her. I think that's where she should be, on her team and off. And then we've got Fortifier on Minerva to help keep her alive. Fortifier on Drax because he's a little bit squishy at that level. This is a great team. I think you did a good job crafting this one. That's an A for that team. Team number 6 is the Black Order. The only thing I could think to change is possibly switching Thanos to a Raider for the crit damage. You have him as a striker for pure damage. He's not going to be doing a lot of double taps because you only have 2 skirmishers on the team. And Thanos is taking a lot of turns like before them. I don't know. Also, the other people being strikers are going to soak up all those vulnerables, so you might just make him a Raider, but you don't have to. I'm going to go A- on this. It's just a preference tweak. Big red stars on this team. It's a big, powerful Black Order. It's pretty good. Team number 7 is the Web Warriors. This is a great choice for ISOs. Great placement. Everything's fine here. I'll give you an A. And then we have the Young Avengers. Wow, you went hard on the Scourges with the Web Warriors and the Young Avengers, didn't you? I like the placement. I love the ISOs. It looks like you got America Chavez to bring into Gear Tier 16. You'll have the full team. It's looking great. I'll give you an A for that one too. And then we have the Heroes for Hire. Hey, it looks like somebody's paying attention to my videos. That's amazing. That makes 1. Let's keep count. Great ISOs, placement, all that stuff. This is another A team. Good job. And then here we have the Dormhold team. Now, there's 2 things that you could do differently here. 1, you could split up Dormammu onto a separate defense and make it 2 powerful defenses. Darkhold and Dormammu team. Then, if you don't want to do that, the other thing you can do is we're going to swap places here. We're going to go with Wong, and then Agatha, and then Dormammu, and then Heartless, and finally MLF is the placement you should do. That way, when Agatha goes, she will always call an assist from Wong, and Wong will cleanse negative effects from your team, which is very, very useful in a lot of matches. Every time he assists, he cleanses 1 negative effect from everybody on the team, and that's very important. It's way better than the Health Steal basic off of MLF. That's a powerful one, but she's usually doing really good on health in the first place, so we normally don't need to do that with her. Super powerful, 1.4 million team. This is really good. So I'm going to give you a B for this team. I don't like this placement at all, and I think you should probably break it up into 2 defenses instead of 1. But all in all, that was a pretty good job. I think Laenan is watching my defense up videos, and I approve. So good job with that. And remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too. I'll catch you next time. Bye.